Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Weekly Game Chat. I'm your host, Chris, as always joined by my co-host, Sean.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing?
And John.
Good afternoon.
Man, we are in the orange now.
That was...
And we sound like we're on NPR.
Yeah, it's like really hard.
That's what you
What? And we are joined by a special guest today. We kind of teased up the possibility of it last week, but it came through. Darius.
What's going on? What's going on? It's good to be here.
Yes,
Welcome to the show.
Welcome. There it is.
Tell
Like this this entire time.
tell our listeners, what games do you game? Because they're wondering.
Primarily right now, a lot of PUBG.
John, see, PUBG is.
PUBG, Fortnite.
You play Fortnite?
Yeah, I play Fortnite too. PUBG a little bit more. And DB Fighters, which we'll be talking about, right?
Do you
They
you
don't
play
know
on
that yet. We don't tell
do
them.
you, do you play PUBG or Fortnite on PC, PS4, Xbox?
Xbox.
Nice.
There you go.
I'm not cool enough to play on PC yet.
It's painful on PC.
Yeah,
It
PUBG
really
on
is.
PC is no joke.
Oh, really?
It's no joke.
It's competitive like that.
You're just like, hey, I finished 5. That's an achievement.
5.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm in the top 50.
exactly.
Great.
I'm
If you
lucky.
just get out of the school alive.
I'm lucky if I can last an hour.
Yeah. So what's been going on, Chris?
The Oscars were last
They
night.
did. I can tell you one thing. John didn't watch the Oscars.
Oh, yeah. We know that.
I can tell you that
Shame.
much. I know you watched them. You were given.
Yeah.
But you didn't know that I watched the entire thing last night
It was weird.
on
that-
my own.
I just want to point out that the guy who created freaking Key and Peele has an Oscar now.
Oh yeah, I was super excited.
I was
about
like,
Dude.
Jordan Peele has a freaking Oscar.
for
And
dude.
I'm happy about that.
Kobe
I love that
Bryant
dude.
has an Oscar.
Yeah. Screw Kobe. I don't care about Kobe.
Kobe has an Oscar.
Kobe couldn't do anything without anyone else's
Kobe's
help.
acceptance speech was one of the best of the night.
It was.
It was nice. So
That was good. I mean, for the
Well,
most part, it was good.
Adam Archer texted me that night and said, John Avildsen died? Because he was in the...
in the memoriam.
yeah.
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 Who's John Avildsen?
Director?
He directed Rocky.
That's what I thought. That's why John got the text.
Oh, yeah, I would have known that.
Yeah. I mean, I looked him up last night. I was like, gosh, his last movie was in 99. And it was a Van Damme movie. And it wasn't good.
Which Van Damme movie? Street Fighter?
Oh God, that was
No,
early
it was,
'90s though.
It was Inferno, a movie called Inferno.
Never heard of it.
I've heard of it.
Have you?
It was terrible.
It's not like
I think
Bloodsport
it's,
or
I
anything
think
like
it's
that?
a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
So top notch.
But before that, he did 8 Seconds with Luke.
Luke from 90210.
Yeah. And that one's supposed
Perry?
to be pretty good.
8 seconds was good.
Okay.
We just dropped Luke Perry on people.
Yeah. Luke
But,
Perry.
but
Phil
in my
Pullman.
in my
what's up.
defense, in watching the Oscars, I mean, it did have a drop of 17% of last year, so I'm not the only one that's not watching.
It didn't surprise me it had a drop. It's going to drop every year, but on the other hand, it's like there wasn't as much of a like last year. You had like a really elite build up. Like no one knew who was going to win between Moonlight and La La Land.
Well, apparently the presenters didn't either.
Yeah, right.
that
This
wrong.
year, while no one knew who was going to win that, everyone knew who was winning everything else, and there wasn't any surprises last night outside of that. Really, I guess Jordan Peele was probably the biggest one.
Yeah, I think last year was so much of a push for diversity.
Yeah.
that this year we actually got it, and people are like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
this is cool."
Yeah, this is
They've-
life now.
this is how it should
Move
be.
on.
They even acknowledged it during the show, which was pretty cool. What else has been going on? Like any sports? We don't have any sports right now.
I mean, there's basketball.
Yeah, but like the college tournament's about to start. Do you really get into the pre stuff?
I start paying attention right now because
Ish.
now I need to know who I need to pick.
How's Mary Maryland doing?
What's basketball?
Not too good this year.
That's Chris's b-ball team, Maryland.
What's basketball? What's basketball?
I don't know.
See, John, basketball.
Just smile and wave.
I do have a big update.
Yeah?
Very big update. Chris Love has been officially traded from the New Orleans Pelicans to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Did he have a no trade clause or did he waive it?
He did not have a no trade clause, but he was putting them significantly over the salary cap. So they said bye.
Oh, Chris Love.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
So I'm having to get acclimated on that team. It's a very different team, but I'm still putting up 45 points a night.
He's a beast, John. Hashtag beast mode.
Yeah, I've made LeBron better. I just go, oh look, he's running. Pass.
Chris Love has made LeBron James better.
Yes, I have. He's like
what's
scoring
up.
30 points a game.
Oh, wow. Don't
You
get
know,
me
I'm sitting
started
here
on
going,
that.
who the heck is Chris Love? And
I
go,
know you did. That's
oh,
why. Yeah, it's
oh.
him. It's that guy.
Yeah, that's my NBA 2K character.
Yeah.
Besides that, I don't know. Not really too much. I guess I watched that Waco series that's out there. It's really good.
You told me about that. That's supposed to be pretty good. Hopefully it'll come to, what's it called? Waco?
Yeah, literally Waco. Yeah, it's quite depressing, and it's got freaking Riggins from Friday Night Lights. So,
Fun fact: never watched Friday Night Lights.
John Carter of Mars.
Really?
Yeah, the series or the movie.
Did you watch John Carter
kind
of
of a
Mars?
classic.
Right? What?
Weird way.
John Carter of Mars. Did you watch that? Terrible movie?
No.
Oh, well, John Carter's in it.
I've been playing.
Fun fact.
If I've been playing anything, it's been World of Warcraft with Josh. Hey, Chris, how you doing?
Okay.
So, Darius, what do we need to know about you?
Do you have any favorite sports teams? Things like that. Where are you from? If people are like, who is this Darius guy?
Let me try to get the quick synopsis because I can get kind of arrogant. I'm from Columbus. I've developed some local cons, not a con. I'm featured on the Player Wave podcast, Player Wave Network, which is how I got pulled in.
Shout out.
Shout out. BK, Derek, all the guys. So I don't want to go too long there. Outside of that, when I do have time to game, play some DB Fighter Z. I was playing Destiny, but I got tired of all the
Everyone
DLCs.
quit on that.
Yeah, it's fun for like a month, and then they hit you with another.
You know it's getting desperate when they say they're bringing back the original Iron Banner because they're like, we want to get that,
It's too late
that
for me.
emotional.
It's too late.
response
I'm out.
from
Yeah,
you.
but
I'm out.
at what cost?
I'm out.
Exactly.
Like this surprise.
But you left out a really important thing. It's very
that?
important to me. I think it's awesome about you.
What's that?
What is a hobby that you really get into, really enjoy?
Obviously my cosplay.
There you go.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's a big one. Yeah,
What
why do
have
you
you
leave that
done?
one out?
My most recent one I did was T'Challa, obviously for the Black Panther thing.
Nice.
Recently I did a fundraiser, crowdfunding, I guess I should say. Raised $200 for local kids to see the movie.
Nice.
So it was about
Wow.
It was about 210 kids that got to see it. We offered concessions and all that stuff. So
That's awesome, dude.
That's a huge turnout. So
Yeah.
We don't
And
do anything like
did you
that.
fill
for
up?
kids.
You filled up the. You rented out a theater.
the
for this.
entire
Yeah.
theater, yeah.
Wow,
Or
so
at least for
dope.
that showing, yeah. So it
I
was,
hope it wasn't the Theater 14 at the Carmike 15
On the day you were there.
oh god, no. It was
the day we went. Yeah, That's
13
terrible.
actually.
Okay,
Risk
I like
13.
that theater.
That's
better.
probably
Yeah.
that's the better choice.
It's spacier in there actually.
Yeah.
It's cleaner.
It feels like it
It's
for
about
sure.
to be movie season in there again. It's like really weird. Like March is in both video games and movies is like becoming this like secondary off season that
exactly.
everyone goes into.
Mouth was closed.
So
I felt air, John.
I'm looking forward to it. So because like was it Wrinkle in Times this weekend?
Is that this weekend?
Yeah, that's this weekend. And there's something else in the middle. Oh, the new Pacific Rim movie is this month.
That actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, I hope that ends up being good.
We watched the first one together, didn't we?
Because, you know, the director of the first movie now has an Academy Award. Has two of them. So that's awesome.
No, most importantly, Blade 2.
There you go. That's true. I always forget. Oh, Blade 2.
Wait, was I hiding under a rock? Blade 2?
Yeah, he directed.
Del Toro directed Blade 2.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you go back and watch it, it's so his artistic style with the creatures and all that stuff.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
This to me is the best one.
Does that qualify as a fun fact?
It is a
That is a
fun
fun
fact.
Should we alert the people?
That is a fun fact. Do it.
Blade 2.
Fun fact alert.
I kind of want. The one thing that disappointed me about The Shape of Water is that Ron Perlman's not in it,
That is weird, isn't it?
right?
Of course, I haven't seen the movie. Of course, he wasn't in Pan's Labyrinth because he
Yeah.
didn't speak Spanish.
Why am I lost right now? Why does Ron Perlman need to be in it?
Ron
he's
Perlman,
he's typically in most Del Toro movies.
He's in Pacific Rim. He's in, of course, both
Hellboy.
Hellboys.
Yeah.
Sons
and
of
he's in
Anarchy.
Blade 2. He is in Sons of Anarchy. He was also in Beauty and the Beast back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he rules. Are we ready to? Are we ready to do this?
That's up
That's up to
to our
Darius.
guest because he is fixing to bring the knowledge. We need to inform him that you will be judged after this appearance. You could be ranked as low as one guest we have, who we refer to as the Ryan Leaf. podcast appearances.
All right.
Don't be that guy.
And then we have some that are like elite #1 draft pick type appearances. So
Okay.
Sometimes you're Peyton, sometimes you're Ryan Leaf.
All right. I don't get the
That's the
context, but
range.
we're about to see.
Ryan Leaf was known as one of the biggest busts in the NFL draft ever.
There you go.
He was a really hype prospect coming out of college, and then he quickly fizzled out.
Do you want to be, let's put it this way, are you the Fantastic Four remake or are you Black Panther? That's what we're about to find
okay.
out.
That's-
A better
that's-
context?
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're speaking.
Everyone knows that. He sucked.
Which Michael B. Jordan film are you? Let's find out.
Redemption, man. Redemption.
That's what's up.
I know, yeah.
Everyone deserves a second chance.
All right. Well, let's get to the topic, guys.
Let's do it. Topic time.
The topic is Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Yeah.
Darius, how does it? Dang.
I know, right?
When the game opens up, how does it sound? Because you know how Capcom's what is it? Marvel versus Capcom. It does like Marvel versus Capcom. Fate of Two Worlds. That is loud.
Yeah,
I told you it's the headphones. I've
it?
got to.
So it's
find
not-
them. No, it's not you.
Okay.
You did peak a little bit, but not terribly.
Okay.
That's what she said. Hey, we really should invest in better equipment.
You think?
We should tighten that
DJ Money.
up. DJ money.
Activate DJ. Okay, but yeah, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, the first fighting, I guess, like true straight up fighting game that they've put out probably in like 6 years.
Right.
Because it's been that Xenoverse stuff, which is that's got fighting in it, but that's kind of more of like a
it's more
RPG.
It was kind of RPG ish. The battle style wasn't really conductive to I guess a typical fighter. in a
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. Get on the mic though.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah,
there we
yeah.
go.
Gotta make
There we
sure. Gotta be disciplined. Sometimes, man, that's 2 points off. You're on the Ryan Leaf scale right
No.
now. No,
Dear
kidding,
Lord.
kidding.
That's hardcore.
But we'll just like
Too soon.
we'll do it like Third Play in the Sun, where I have the dollars and I just put one down whenever he does well and take one away whenever. No. So the big question that needs to be asked before we continue is,
All right.
what is your favorite Dragon Ball Z character?
Thus far, I want to say Goku Black.
Oh, okay. So that's from the new one, right?
Right,
Yeah, I haven't actually watched the new one.
Does Chris actually know stuff about this stuff?
He does.
I mean, I don't know what you did when you were in high school, but Josh Dalton and I every single day
I
watched Dragon
can't
Ball
say
Z.
what I did because of we don't talk that way on this podcast, Chris.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
you can give us a PG version.
But
There is such.
but what it has, so it has everyone from Dragon Ball. Was it Dragon Ball Z Kai or what was it called now?
Let's not talk about Kai. Kai was absolutely terrible. Kai was basically like Dragon Ball Z, kind of cut into snippets.
Okay,
For
that's right. Where they kind of tried to do like Dragon Ball Z abridged, but without the jokes. Correct?
yeah. Except Bridge is actually funny.
Yeah, I know. Bridge is hilarious. That's-
yeah.
Going back, like I kind of want to go back and watch this new series now because I've enjoyed Abridged so much.
Right.
It's like the way they portray Vegeta, especially. It's
I
just
know.
like Mr. Popo and all that kind of
And
stuff.
Krillin's own count.
Yes,
every
yes,
time he
all
fails
that.
at something, it's like this builds up. But yeah, it's great.
And the fact that they just portray Goku as a complete idiot.
Which isn't too far from the
No,
actual
it's
series.
not. You're like, just it's so perfect.
Chris, I feel like I've never known you.
Hey man, Dragon
This
Ball
is a
Z
beautiful.
is great.
This is a beautiful thing.
What is it called though now? What's the new series called? Is it Super or something?
Yeah, super.
Okay, so you like that a lot?
I do. It's kind of it kind of stretches out every single fight scene. Like they make it last like episode after episode. Except it's just not like the traditional Dragon Ball Z where it's like it's stretched out, but they give you a little bit of drama. You kind of just have to just assume that the next fight's gonna be something awesome.
So
The
it's
next
not.
episode.
Are you saying it's not like Frieza, where for 3 weeks it's 5 minutes until finally the planet explodes? Famously.
It's not quite like that. Like they're fighting, but you don't know at what point the fight's actually gonna stop.
Gotcha,
Or what's
gotcha.
coming next. But something cool is gonna come. You just don't know what the heck it's gonna be.
Okay. So as far as this game, I take it pulls everyone from Dragon Ball Z Super in. That's been out.
It's
so
it definitely pulls more so from like the Cell Saga on forward up to Super. So it really doesn't go too far back from Z. Like you'll see some of the characters, but when you start the game, if you start the story mode, this kind of starts right where the Cell Saga kind of left off.
So after Nappa, do they bring Frieza into it at all?
Yeah, Frieza's in there.
Oh, of course, you gotta bring Frieza in.
Yeah.
So all Boo, that I take that's in there.
Yeah, Majin Buu's in there.
Fat Boo in there.
Fat Boo, Skinny Boo.
Okay.
All the androids are in there as well. So,
ooh, I like the androids. So is the story? Is it kind of like its own story, or is it kind of like? Because I remember the older games, it kind of just was, let's take you through the progression of the show.
Right.
Like, okay, now we're going to go do the Vegeta saga. Now we're going to do Frieza. Now we're doing the androids. Now we're doing and so it's fun usually in those instances, but you're not like really surprised by anything that's coming. Is this like instead doing something different, or is it just kind of updating the formula?
I actually switch up the progression a little bit. Like it kind of feels like a new game in a sense, but it goes with the storyline in a weird way.
Okay.
So you know what the progression is, but they twist some of the characters and their their features just to kind of line up with the plot somehow, and it kind of coordinates with Super. So it's really hard to explain.
Okay. I think it's Josh keeps telling me to watch Super, and I don't know. I don't know if I can go back to that world.
I don't know what this means, but I'm reading here on Wiki that, like just you said, the plot is within the arcs of Dragon Ball Super, and it's somewhere between the Future Trunks and Universe Survival arcs. I don't know what that means,
right?
I know
because I am completely lost when it comes to Dragon Ball, but you hit the nail on the head when you said it's somewhere within Super. So
right,
that's pretty cool.
Fun
fact.
So. You're very versed in this. So if someone who has never seen Dragon Ball Z were to ask you, what is Dragon Ball Z all about? What would you tell them? At its core.
It's going to be all about Goku because
that's who we know.
That's who the story surrounds.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the main character. He's the main strength of the show.
John.
So if anyone else is relatively stronger, they won't last very long.
John, just think Goku, Superman. That's all you need to know.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm keeping you Geo. I'm trying to be that bridge for you.
I'm just over here drooling on my shirt.
So as far as something sounds different suddenly.
Okay, there's something.
We're fine.
I'm good.
We're fine. You're good.
No, I'm not. I'm looking at my levels.
You're still coming in. You're good.
Okay.
Should we pause so you can fix it and come back like nothing happened?
Say something.
Hey,
because this is top notch pro.
Hey,
stuff.
Hey. Okay, well, whatever. So,
or your money,
right? As far as like characters, who's your favorite?
Vegeta.
Of course.
Especially with his progression, with his past, and now kind of being a little bit domesticated, but still kind of an ass. Like
yeah.
It's just,
he used language.
Language. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
But no, I got it.
It's fine. It's fine.
Got it.
Go.
It's right.
There's another one. He keeps cursing. Don't curse.
I didn't know, man. I ain't know if it was the PG section or not.
I did not say anything before.
Okay.
But
It
yeah,
didn't help that we were cussing.
He just
before we
doesn't like
started.
going back and editing.
that's all it is.
In that case,
Just drop a few F-bombs in there, make them work for it.
Son of a.
I know, right?
So how do you feel about it though? Like you as a DBZ fan, do you think this is a great representation? Did you like playing something like Xenoverse more, or was this like kind of the fighting game you've been waiting for?
I tried to like Xenoverse, honestly. It was just too much of a like a 3D arc. Like you had to move over here to do a special, and the specials were a little convoluted. And in this new game, it gives you that Street Fighter feel. You're good over there.
That was his Richard hitting the table. We're good.
For narration purposes. There you go.
There we go. Sounds better now.
And we're back.
Yeah.
So it's
good
more Street
levels.
Fighter style.
Oh yeah. It reminds you a lot of Street Fighter. If you're used to that kind of playing style, it's not too hard to really just get in there and jump in there to kind of play. Like,
Okay.
The specials are pretty easy.
Are they
not-
epic?
Oh, they're definitely epic. The gameplay's, like I said, super simple, super easy specials. But I mean, if you want to get in there and really become a master at it, it's gonna take a little bit of time. But it didn't take me long to just really get in there and start playing and just.
So it's
pretty awesome.
it's combo heavy. Is it combo heavy?
It's pretty combo heavy, and to kick off your specials, it's not too hard. Like I said, it's literally like maybe 3 or 4 button clicks, and you can do a Kamehameha, you can do any kind of a random special.
Is it kind of like how I guess you say like Street Fighter? I'm thinking of like Marvel versus Capcom a little bit, like where if you start jumping someone up in the air and you can combo into that and do like a special, it just
and
keeps
you can make
going.
an 18 hit combo or 30 hit combo, and maybe do a Kame Blast or something like that.
Okay.
And usually those combos are like up down B or something like that, or up down R2, or not R2 but RT, something like that.
Okay.
So it's all pretty simple.
Now,
for noobs, it'd be like super easy to really get in there and learn it. So
kind of like Smash Bros, like where you start off simple and then it just escalates from there.
Exactly.
You're like, I can mash buttons, and then someone comes in with actual like thought and purpose to what he's doing.
Fun fact. As I was playing, I was just like, I was in story mode, and I'm like, this is way too easy. I'm over here just destroying, and you get usually 3 characters within your lineup. You can switch those out just at random.
Nice.
So I was just playing and playing and playing. I wouldn't have to switch my character because I was just kicking ass. Sorry.
This is going to be a long edit.
It's fine. Let it go, Elsa.
Remember me. Oscar winner.
That's gonna be a bleep.
But anyways.
But yeah, it's it definitely escalates like any other game, any other fighting saga. Like if you play Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, the further up you go, the harder it gets, and then you kind of learn that you weren't really as good as you thought. It was just on easy, but it just, like I said, it takes some time to just really get in there.
Have you gone online?
That's one of my main complaints.
Oh boy,
Oh, really?
Let's give him the floor. I want to hear this.
I did play the beta first, and even then there were some issues with trying to just connect to the online server or just getting an online session to just play a simple game. I've played maybe 3 games online, and it takes like 5 minutes to just connect with someone else to get a game started.
Wow.
So that's my main.
What system are you on?
Xbox.
Okay. Wow. If you got problems with Xbox, then you got a problem.
Them. Yeah.
Outside of that, it's a great game. I'd highly recommend it to any DBZ fan or anyone that's just looking for a good fighters on the market.
Now,
Is there any differentiations between other fighting games? Something that makes it stand out?
Japan.
Japan.
I don't know what that means.
Japan.
See, Japan, John.
Not entirely. It's definitely a lot more visual, and it's like you have the same kind of like starting intros like in Street Fighter, like the newer Street Fighters, where they come in and the character says something, another character says something, and if their plot kind of lines up, then it goes along with the fight. Mm-hmm. Like the specials are pretty visual as well, especially the bigger combos. Like those could be like complete cutscenes almost, especially if it's around the end. And if you defeat someone with a huge Kai Blast or something like that, it'll basically do a whole graphic. If you're familiar with the show, then the Kai Blast will take out the entire city or mountainscape, all that stuff. So
sometimes even a planet.
Exactly. And it'll actually show in some the Kai Blast coming off the earth.
This seems like a really grounded series.
Well, they getting back to the part about the online, it's saying that I'm reading on Kotaku that the launch wasn't necessarily the best.
Yeah,
they had a clunky system. There was frustration, like that you said you found network issues. But apparently they already either put a patch out or they're going to be a patch coming soon with another one later due even in the month.
Right.
And another fun fact is we apparently said it wrong. It's pronounced fighters, which is crazy. Did we say that?
I refuse to say it like that.
But they're saying the confusion came because of the Z, that people are saying Fighter Z, Fighter Z, or Fighters.
It's Dragon Ball Fighters.
Just the word fighters. Like, yeah, that's what they're saying from Kotaku.
It's not Fighter Z.
But that's, I'm going to not, I have to say Fighter Z because the Z's there.
Yeah. I've been living a lie.
You have to.
You've been living a lie.
Been living a lie. How?
It's out of control. I don't understand.
Is this on Switch?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I can check for you real quick.
I feel like it's not, though.
I think you're right. And by quick, I mean,
Love
keep
the
talking.
Switch,
I'll let you know in a minute.
Because I bet it works perfectly on Switch.
Oh, God.
The
Always one of those guys.
the online.
I love the Switch, though.
I think it's just Xbox One and PS4 and PC.
See, that's their problem right there. It's not on the Switch.
So who, by chance, is the most overpowered?
Ooh, I can tell you. And let's see if you know. Because I know.
like who is the Dr. Doom of this game that everyone just wants?
Or how about I tell you and you tell me if it's
you.
the truth or not?
Are you talking about the actual game or the
Don't
series?
quiz our guests.
But you're right. I apologize.
Are you talking about the game or the series right now?
I don't know. If I say Android 16,
I would say game. I wouldn't know about the game.
what does that mean to you? Is that like the online fighting person that's overpowered or what? They're saying he's a
On the
beast.
game, it might be. But
Yeah, they're saying he's beast or they're beast. I don't know if that's a boy or girl.
He's the one that's like
I don't know anything. I'm just saying things out
He's the
loud.
big muscular one, right?
yeah.
Yeah. He was like, hey.
Yeah.
He's a little slow
a good
compared
impression.
to the other.
That's the slow one. And then
Yeah.
and there's 17 and 18. The little lanky,
Yeah.
skinny ones. Yeah.
Yeah. They're the hip ones.
I don't really play with 16 that much, though.
Okay.
They say he dunks on people without hesitation or mercy. So that means he's pretty BA.
What does it mean to dunk as far as fighting goes?
It just means you're awesome, I guess.
Okay.
No, he literally gets a basketball and dunks on them.
I'm really old.
They're saying a lot of people are playing with, is it Vegeta? Did I say that right?
Vegeta.
Goku Black, Cell, and Android 18.
Nappa's actually pretty good in the game, too, even though in the series, yeah, he's pretty good.
Can you turn to his giant monkey form?
No, I wish.
I have heard, and I wonder if you've pulled this off yet,
All right.
that you can actually in a match get the 7 Dragon Balls and summon what's his face, Shaolin
Shenron.
or Shenron. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. I don't know. It's been forever,
God, you're a
I'm
poser.
going to listen to a lot of Wu-Tang, huh?
right? Always. I once watched Jizza perform Liquid Swords at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Really?
Yeah, stayed up all night to watch that.
What a time to be alive.
Right. It was apparently 4 years ago. But yeah, have you pulled that off where you can summon him? Because I know I've read you can do it, like, but you have to do it within the match, and like you have to do these very specific things to get him to summon, and then he'll bring the balls out. And I think you can resurrect someone on your team.
I've heard. I just as I was fighting, I just saw these little balls accumulating at the bottom. I'm like, I don't know what this is for. I'm pretty sure it's something special. I just haven't kicked it off yet, so I don't know how to summon those balls or make them populate.
Oh.
We are grown men, Darius.
Summon the balls.
Summon the balls, summon the balls.
Summon them balls.
Jesus. I feel right in that. Usually I can catch the ball just pretty well.
Yes.
So if you were someone who is a fan of the show or a fan of fighting games,
You're right.
you would recommend this to them.
Definitely.
What if you're a fan like myself who hasn't played in a while and enjoys fighting games?
Do you enjoy fighting games?
I mean, I've played most of them. I might not buy them right out the gate, but I mean, dude, Marvel vs. Capcom, freaking Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, even Injustice. I enjoy most of them.
Like I said, it's easy to get in there and just start playing, even if you haven't really caught up with the show, don't know where it's going. You just see, hey, this is a cool character. You just start playing. It doesn't take much of a build-up concept for you to just get in there and get to it or be interested in the game, period.
Do they have Teen Gohan?
No.
See, if I could play as Teen Gohan with the Piccolo's shoulders, then I'd be in.
Well, let me see. Teen Gohan is the adult one with, well, not adult, but he's taller. He has kind of the box,
the spiky.
the kind of spiky box hair.
Yeah,
The glasses, where he's
well, that's
Captain
like
Saiyaman.
Yeah, that's now before that. I'm thinking of like after what before Cell, like right in the lead up to Cell games, like when he's training with Goku in the time vault and all that kind of stuff.
Oh no, he's not in there. Teen Gohan was pretty.
Is Kami in there?
No.
There are
Piccolo's in there, right?
Piccolo's in there, yes.
You may already know
Nail
this.
in there?
They've announced DLC characters.
I've heard that.
Some people are excited about one, but not another. I don't know what that means. I will say that Bardock and Broly are the announced DLC characters.
So the brothers
Broly's a
of
beast.
Goku.
Broly was a beast in every single game. With
Yeah, they're saying he was Broly's the one that's expected, but the other person, they're like,
Bardock's not all that important.
Yeah, they're like,
He's in like one episode of the whole show.
But then he's boss then,
And then he
right?
died.
Oh,
How is DLC working? Do you know if it's like a season pass or just free stuff?
It's probably a season pass in this case. I had the option to buy the season pass with the game, but I didn't do it. So
Yeah. Want to see if it was worth it.
yeah,
right?
exactly. I'll probably end up getting it now.
Well, the thing,
I'm kinda bored of the
the
characters.
thing, and I probably shouldn't be surprised. This could be ignorance on my part, but MPD numbers from last week had Dragon Ball Z as number 2, just behind Monster Hunter.
Oh, sweet.
So that doesn't. I don't know. I mean, MPD doesn't typically give you numbers, so I don't know if that's in the millions or not.
I'm sure.
I'm sure it's over a mil at least, but I was really surprised. Probably ignorantly. I mean, what is the appeal of this series? What hooks you? I mean, I think you're an anime guy,
Right.
so I think that's the first hook.
But aside from that,
Yeah.
what is the draw? What's the big deal, Darius?
I think a lot of people were just hype about it after kind of seeing how Xenoverse was just so meh, and I guess a lot of people got to play the beta in this time. In this case, which I'm not sure if Xenoverse got a beta, but I think the beta helped a lot. You don't think so?
No, I mean, like with Xenoverse, I'm with you. I don't think Xenoverse helped a lot.
Did people not feel like it was a starting point for maybe something that could be better if they saw
It was,
possible
from what I
changes?
recall, the big idea of it was that you create your own character within the DBZ universe, right? And
kind of like creating your guy in South Park?
yeah, but it just, from what I've gathered, it didn't quite come together in
It didn't
a way
pan
where it
out?
felt like where it felt meaningful, like you were doing something, creating your own
you
character.
create your great value version of Goku. And
Yeah.
he walks around, and it's basically the same.
He said the great value.
It's kind of like
version of Goku.
imagine
right?
it's kind
That's
of like,
amazing.
imagine you make a superhero, like say like that DC Universe Online game. Like imagine you make a superhero, and instead of him being powerful, you consistently have to be reminded how powerful Superman is. Like I think most people, like when they think of Dragon Ball Z, they just think of Goku, like because that's what it's about. Like you were asking before, John, it's about seeing the reason why people I think got in that show, or I can at least speak to myself why I got into it, was Goku is always the person who is pushing himself to go further than anyone possibly thought. And it's like every time you think all hope is lost, he always summons the courage to find a way to overcome what people think are impossible odds and save everyone.
Right.
Or a bunch of them die, he at least saves the earth.
When
Because a lot of them die.
When I think of DC Universe Online, I think of Greg Miller just running around the city by himself.
Yes, I remember that. But, so when fighting games always work that well because you can take your favorite characters in that game and just plug them in and make them feel as BA as you as a fan feel about them every time you watch it.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like, aside from Injustice 2, this is probably I think the second highest reviewed fighter game this year.
For sure.
It looks like it's, it looks like people are really liking it, really digging it aside from its issues.
Yeah, like you say, right now, let me pull it up. On Steam, it's a 9 out of 10, and IGN has it at 8.5. Yeah. I mean, I'll pull up the other score that we usually pull up in a minute, but that's really good, right?
It is really good.
I mean, right? Is a 9 still good, John?
Well, according to the IGN scale, Sean.
An 8.5.
What is it? Amazing?
9 is amazing, yes. So
especially for a Dragon Ball game.
That's
great.
We here at the show, we use a Richard scale. which
The
is,
term Richard is the way we get around saying another word. Think of who,
What's short for Richard?
yeah, there
like
you
if
go.
you were saying, "Hey,
What's Richard Nixon's nickname?
Ah,
Oh, yeah, got it.
okay.
So
The maturity level here.
yes,
Zero Richard.
yes.
Would
Do I
be
need to answer that
terrible.
question?
So we go on a scale of 0 to 10. Yeah, 0 Richards versus freaking.
That's how we
10
rate our games.
Richards. Where would you put this in terms of Richards on your scale?
if IGN scales an 8.5 out of 10, Steam is 9 out of 10. How many Richards out of 10 do you give it?"
I was.
He's uncomfortable, ladies
My
and gentlemen.
Richard at first was a little flaccid.
Oh,
I
see,
didn't
you
know.
gotta work it up.
You know, you just gotta kind of sit there and just let it develop, and but in
See,
time,
John, a fluffer is.
With that comment, he's officially not a Ryan Leaf.
He's in. He's in.
Can we replace John?
He didn't mean it. He's still right here, Chris. Gotta wait till he leaves.
Here. Can we
that note-
replace John?
on-
But
on-
where would you give it?
but yeah. On that note, Dragon Ball Fighter Z is a grower and a shower.
Oh, man, he's killing it.
Like yours truly.
I think I just need to go.
Nice.
It was nice. But you
man.
get a what?
I would have to give it a solid 9 out of 10.
Wow.
Solid.
Ooh, 9 out of
And
10
it sounds like
Richards.
there's some possible girth with that, Richard. Just saying.
So it sounds like, folks,
In a world.
so folks, it sounds like if you are a DBZ fan or even maybe just a fighter fan and you want crazy cool anime fights where people scream and then they
People scream.
shoot big balls of fire at each other.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then there's 3 weeks of talking and then they shoot more fireballs at each other.
You can luckily skip the talking in this. So
Is there a part where you have to go down like Snake Way at all?
no, it's not.
Thank
that
God.
way. It's
Thank God.
No, it all goes into the cutscene, so you don't have to actually physically go through all this other stuff. And like I said before, the character creation thing is definitely it's in there, but you don't have to actually use your
Gotcha.
customized character to play the game. It's just like a offset character for the online portal. So if you want to go to arcade mode and play just with your friend, you can do that. If you want to go to practice mode, you can do that, but you just have your own customized character for the onlines.
Okay, that makes sense because I'm sure a lot of people that's what they want.
Yeah.
Like they want the character that they feel like they can do the best with
Yeah.
versus like some pre-made thing.
Yeah, I don't play Dragon Ball Fighter Z to go in there and make myself a douchey version of Goku. Like, no, I just want to.
Douchey's okay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, she's good.
That's fine.
I was
We're
going
good.
to
We're
say
good.
everything that I see too says that this is kind of the time you want to get into the game if you're new to it.
Exactly.
It's after the launch. The rough part is kind of over. Updates are coming. DLC's coming,
Right.
and it just seems like a good time to get into it. So
So Darius, we've
hoping
hit
that
you
helps.
with a lot of questions.
All right.
yeah,
Do you have anything that you feel we've left out that you just want our audience to know?
With the game as well, it kind of follows with Super slowly. So if you're new to the series, but you're kind of curious about Super, kind of playing the game just will kind of acclimate you to, I guess, Super and both realms. So it's
Basically, what's going on right now?
all right. It's not super current, but it's up enough to where if you're watching a little bit of Super, but you see some of the characters on DB Fighter,
Uh-huh.
then you can kind of understand what's going on plot wise.
And I have a question just out of curiosity. As an anime fan,
All right.
is Avatar and Legend of Korra anime or not?
Why do you do this to me?
why would you do that?
Why do you do
I
this to
gotta
me?
go now.
Why would
Are you afraid of your truth? Speak your truth, Darius.
I'm going to follow that question with a question.
Oh God! All right, go ahead.
Is King of the Hill an anime?
you talking about Hank?
I don't think so, but I don't.
Think about it. Is King of the Hill an anime?
That's a fair point.
So it's based on how much butane you have. No, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think King of the Hill that I'm thinking about is an anime.
To me,
I wouldn't think it would.
anime means Japanese animation. So if it's
So
not from Japan,
it's not from. Is it not
Wait.
from Japan?
huh?
It's not from Japan, is it?
Korra and
Hank Hill
Avatar.
has a brother that is half
Avatar.
Japanese.
Would it be fair to say Avatar is more anime than
I'm probably reaching, but
I think it's fair to say
I'm pushing
that,
the point.
I think it's fair to
'Cause I'm
say Avatar and Korra are greatly influenced
By anime?
Japanese animation. Yeah, that would be the way I would take it.
Because I love those.
Like another one is
To answer your question, yes.
Okay.
Technically.
You've heard
I
it here
don't know.
first.
I won't.
I don't see it as that.
The
Because
argument
like
is
then you have to
settled.
say like Aeon Flux is an anime, and
No,
to
you
me,
don't.
It's not.
You don't got to say that.
You don't
It's more of an anime than those two shows.
More of an anime than those, dude.
Come on, Appa. Yep, yep.
Yep, yep.
Well, top notch. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was
Good
It
stuff.
was pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah.
You let me know when they have when they add the Dragon Ball Z abridged mode, and I will buy this game the next day. Because if I can get those jokes and those voices in that game, I would play it all day long.
I don't think they can
This
legally
is
do that
unbelievable.
because of
No.
copywriting, but that
Did
would
you
be
know this?
clutch.
What?
About him?
No.
This is unbelievable,
Why
right?
don't you ask Josh Allen when you play?
I will tonight
Just don't.
You're not going to.
in the world of
You're not going to.
Warcraft.
We're going to play Age of Empires.
So can you hang with us for the news?
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Hot off the press and straight to your ears. Weekly Games Chat presents the news.
Nerds! Nerds.
News.
Nerds.
I didn't know we were going to leave him hanging.
I didn't realize that it started recording. I was thinking I missed it, and then I saw like no, it picked him up perfectly.
I was like, where is everyone else?
Darius owned it.
That
and
is
he didn't stop.
amazing.
He didn't
stop.
He just committed.
I
to
held
the
that
bit.
note and I was just like, all right, they'll come in eventually.
News.
Picture.
Nerds.
I have a story about Darius.
Ooh.
This is the news. This isn't story time.
It'll be okay. Darius and I have been acquaintances, you might say, for a little while.
What's that?
And I don't know if he remembers this or not, but we actually went to see Creed together.
Oh.
Didn't we go see Creed?
Oh,
together?
yeah.
Well, I saw Creed like 6 times.
Good point,
I mean, like
John.
on the
Good
premiere.
point.
So it was like me and BK and Darius went to see Creed. And so in the film, there's an actress named Tessa Thompson.
Yes. Oh, she's in Thor.
She's in the
Ragnarok.
recent Thor movie. And so every time Tessa was on screen every time she was on screen, you would occasionally hear Darius talk to the screen. Darius, do you remember what you would say? He would say, he'd look up and he'd go, bless it. Bless it. He'd go, bless.
I don't recall, but that does sound like
That
something
sounds
I would
like
say.
you, right?
That
Yeah.
sounds like
I
something
hate
I
when
would
that
say.
happens.
Bless it.
And bless it.
Wow.
She's fine.
She's a lovely
Yes,
woman, that's for
yes,
sure.
Yes,
She's a good actress too.
definitely.
Okay, let's see. First up, Sony focuses on first parties. Sony Interactive Entertainment has announced that starting in April, they will be restructuring their organization to focus more on attractive and powerful first-play titles. In a press release, the company explained the restructure would allow it to remain competitive and deliver on its commitment to make PlayStation the best place to play. This announcement comes 6 months after Microsoft shared plans to invest in studios to make first-party games. Basically, everyone's determining we can make a lot of money off of this, so
Yeah.
let's do this.
Well, they should.
Yeah.
I mean,
I thought they'd already invested pretty dang well.
See, that's where I was at. I was like, what exactly are you guys doing? Because you're bringing Spider-Man.
True.
You're bringing Days Gone. We don't know when.
One day.
One day.
But it got award next month, next month. Yeah.
But I've talked about this before. The industry can't seem to decide whether first parties are lucrative or not. Because when first parties couldn't save the PlayStation 3,
Sure.
they didn't really move units.
because they sucked.
Well,
Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3,
kidding.
Uncharted.
I'm kidding.
but you're going. I think
Stop it.
I'll say this: it's not
The industry
necessarily-
seems to go back and forth. When first parties aren't there, they go, "Where's the first parties?"
Sure.
When first parties show up, they're like, "We've got too many first parties."
Yeah.
I think it's more of, to me, you can't build a system off alone. Your first party stuff. You have to have all the elements going along. Like if there's things like where people get on your system, it just doesn't feel intuitive. You're not going to deal with it. You're going to move on because there's someone else who's making something that does work very well.
Right.
And you're not going to give it the time of day just because there's 6 titles out of the hundreds that come out per year that are first party. On the other hand, if you make a solid system and you have first parties to support it. It just continues to ingrain year round that this is the system you're going to go to first. And if you look at like the upcoming year here, like this month on PlayStation, you have Ni no Kuni 2, which is everyone's pretty hyped on. Then you know, sure, you have Far Cry at the end of the month if you want to go play that. Then next month you're going to play God of War. And now next month, we're going to get to this in a minute though, Detroit Becomes Human in May. So like there's all those little games for you to go, but then there's also these other things. And it's like, why put the system down and go play a different one? Just keep playing the one you're used to, because not only are you getting the third party tiles that are great, you're also getting all these first party tiles too, just to continually fill in gaps.
Right.
That would be
Darius,
the
you
way
play
I'd
Far
do it.
Cry?
It's been a while, man. It's
Been a while.
been a while.
We all remember that song, right?
Exactly.
Everyone remembers the 90s or the early 2000s, whichever that was.
That's Nickelback, right? Oh, yeah.
I can't
No,
know.
it's Stained.
Stain, yeah. I like to think Stain
Equally
is
terrible.
like Nickelback's father.
He did not mean it. Aaron Lewis, he did not mean it.
Both equally terrible. So.
It's like Stain and Creed had a baby and its name was Nickelback.
Dear Lord.
Yeah.
But Far Cry 5 is
Thanks,
right
John.
around the corner.
I can't wait.
God, it's going to be good.
I've been purposely avoiding that game like the plague because I just want to go into it and experience it. They have my money. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go do it. I'm
Give
going to
that
terrorize
man
everyone.
his money.
I'm going to shoot every cultist in Montana,
It'll be easy.
probably with a bow and arrow. Horizon Zero Dawn success. Horizon Zero Dawn has now sold over 7.6 million copies. It reigns as the most successful new first-party franchise to launch on the PS4. In a statement from Sean Layden, they say, quote, "We are incredibly grateful that Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Zero Dawn The Frozen Wilds have been received so positively by so many gamers, and it is a testament to the fantastic work of the entire team at Guerrilla."
Darius, you
For sure.
probably noticed that Chris can't read.
I can't read. I can't.
He's kind of
I
dumb.
can read. I just can't speak it.
He says
I think you did a good job.
Yeah.
he sees it too fast, so it comes out all like
Yeah.
it does.
It's like
In his head, he sounds like Morgan Freeman.
I look at data all day and I have no problem deciphering
Like Star
it very
Trek? Oh.
quickly. But if you ask me to give a speech and I have not prepared and like practice it a ton, it can be ugly.
That's why we
sometimes.
let him do this.
Yeah. They let me
It's good.
fail.
It's good comedy. And we need all the help we can
I
get.
think you did all right.
Horizon Zero Dawn though.
Oh, I still need to play the most anticipated game of.
God, it's on sale right now.
I know.
Digitally.
So-
well, I'm not
$32 for the whole
$32.
Darius,
32.
at the beginning of 2017, we did a list of our most anticipated games.
Guaranteed games to play.
This
that was number one.
Horizon
on my
Zero
list.
Dawn was number one.
He has yet to
still
play
has
it.
I don't
played
even.
it.
I still don't even own it.
Was not even on my list, and when we did our top 5 games at the end of the year, it was like number 3 on my
For him,
list.
yeah. I was like, ooh,
Don't
probably,
feel bad. I
probably
haven't
should
played
get. I should get on that.
Yeah, if you like the third party, you like God of War or anything like that,
Yeah.
you'll like Horizon Zero Dawn. PlayStation Plus to stop supporting last gen consoles. PlayStation Plus will stop offering PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita in the near future. Starting March 8th, 2019, titles for these consoles will no longer be offered. No other changes have been announced for the PlayStation Plus lineup at this time. They did announce they have some really awesome games this month.
And they
What
also-
was it again? I don't.
Bloodborne and Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, I bought Bloodborne like a month ago. So
That
I'm
sucks. But still, I
Kind of a
mean,
bummer.
if someone,
that was a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the notification. I think it was on email, and I swear they said at least 3 times in it, March 8th, 2019. I think they thought people like were dumb,
Yeah.
but they wanted you to know like over and over and over as of March 8th, 2019. But it's kind of a surprise that they still have kind of offered, I guess, those.
It
platforms
is,
for this long.
I guess they just, it's something to add value for its worth.
I guess,
I will
yeah.
say it starting next year, you can argue then that Microsoft has the advantage now because they will continue, I'm sure, to offer Xbox 360 games with their stuff since they have backwards compatibility on the system.
Right.
And I found out I have Xbox Games Pass now.
Do you? Did you sign up for it?
Well, I put in when I got the Xbox One X, they came with a month pass for it. But if you don't cancel it, they just charge your card.
Yeah, they do.
It's like,
that's how it
why
works.
am I getting $9.99 a month?
Hey, but that means you're ready to play Sea of Thieves with me later this month.
Is it
That's March 20th.
so?
and
I don't have
that's
to. So I don't have to buy it.
correct?
Oh, you get the pass, right?
You
So-
see, you
And
already.
I don't hold on. I don't have to buy Far Cry 5, do I?
No, it's only exclusives right now.
I don't think that's on the pass. Man.
Yeah.
You gotta buy
Maybe
that.
one day, though. That's probably where we're headed. But you see it right there. You're like, wait, I'll give that game a shot now.
Yeah, I'll
because
give that a shot.
for
Are you getting it?
$9.99.
What?
Sea of Thieves.
I think
He
so.
doesn't.
I think so.
Have you heard about that one?
I've watched
Sea
a lot of
Thieves?
games.
How are we
on it.
not
Yeah.
doing a weekly games chat like idiocracy stream of us playing this game?
How would you explain that game? It's always online. There's no single player.
You're on a
You're
ship.
basically pirates.
You can play
wrecking
by
each other's-
yourself,
Yeah,
but
that's
it doesn't
highly-
work that well.
And people can come to you and beat you up in your ship and take all your stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can
Like
go plunder
legit.
'em.
Yeah, or you can get in a cannon and shoot yourself to an island to go look for stuff, and then
It's
the
wild.
islands have like tunnels and everything in
Yeah,
there. It's
treasure.
it's really dope.
It's really cool.
But the beta, there was a ton of basically PvP against each other.
oh, sure.
It was a madhouse of PvP-ness. Did I just say PvP-ness?
Yes, yes, you did.
Did you?
Yeah, we have a Richard obsession.
Oh,
PvP-ness.
Okay,
Chris, lock the door.
I know, right? Battlefield 2018.
Yeah.
The new Battlefield game will be set to release in 2018 and has a new title and setting. The game will be called Battlefield 5 and take place during the World War II theater.
I just want to isolate that.
This rumor coming away of GamesBeat contrast earlier speculation rumor that the game would be Bad Company 3 and set in Vietnam.
Which would have ruled.
Yeah, really. Why don't they just make
that
another
would've been-
freaking... It made me so happy. But anyways, according to GamesBeat, the information is false. In the meantime, Battlefield 1 has received its final DLC.
So, according to GamesBeat, we still have a chance.
No, I think
they
it's saying...
said the Bad Company 3 is false. It's
Yeah.
not happening.
I think
But EA's not confirmed anything.
it this, I have to say, makes to me more sense just because...
No, it don't.
It does, because whenever you put in like Bad Company did okay, but did not do gangbusters for them.
I
And
really hate when you say gangbusters.
gangbusters.
I want to hit you in the throat. So
But anyways, whenever they put a number on it, it's usually like when you put a number on it, it automatically equates to bigger sales because everyone's like, "Look, that's 5. That's not some offshoot one. That's the
just go ahead
official
and
next
open
one."
your Coke on air.
Yeah,
Don't worry about
yeah,
it.
just do it.
Just do it right now. Everybody hears it.
Yep. Sound like you
Let's
could have
just
done
drag
it
it
when
out.
you're over there walking over here.
Don't worry about it, dude.
Oh yeah, just get all
now
over the
it's
table.
busted
Making a
all
mess.
over your hands.
Yeah, just get it
Look what you
everywhere.
did.
Yeah.
Great job.
All right.
Top notch.
You open that Coke.
The Division. The Division anniversary. Ubisoft is planning online activities in celebration for the first 2 years of the Division and amassing 20 million players online.
That's amazing.
From March 1st to March 29th, there will be one global event per week. These events add modifiers to all activities in the game, and players have a chance to earn gameplay rewards and cosmetic items. Viewers of the Division Twitch channel will be eligible for treats throughout the month. Ooh, treats.
Oh, snap.
Those who spend more than half an hour tuned in will unlock in-game rewards. Just link your Twitch and Ubisoft accounts. Ubisoft slowly taking over the world with the Ubisoft account.
Played the
They
Division.
really are.
I hate that thing.
Is that the Uplay thing?
Yeah, that's the Uplay thing. I love the perks, but like setting it up sometimes can be just a pain. 'cause
Well, the
you
20
gotta remember your
million
password.
caught me off guard. I didn't know they had that many players.
I think
They had a huge-
18.2 of them were for the first month.
That's what I'm thinking too, because I didn't think that many people.
I think
still
that's
played.
like all time.
I mean, it's probably, I don't know.
I play occasionally, but I don't think they have
That game had so
Yeah.
much potential. They
Right.
had me hooked from the beginning.
I mean, 20 million players, 2 years for a game like that. I guess it's not too shocking.
It's not,
Especially,
Is it gangbusters?
it's not like everybody's on there at the same
it's
time.
definitely not. It's not GTA 5 gangbusters.
This
but,
is true.
you
Oh,
know,
no.
It's okay gangbusters. I should probably scroll down.
You think Ubisoft is catching up to Activision and EA on this type of stuff?
Possibly.
Because it's like Wildlands and what was that other one? The Siege, Rainbow Six.
Yeah. 6.
I mean, everything. I'm just hearing about these games all the time now. It's like everybody's got
Rainbow
their-
6 was one of those that it's kind of grown a new life the longer it's been out.
Is this the one that's kind of like a hostage game? Like you're going in
What are we talking about?
That's
The Division? Siege is like that.
Rainbow Six, right?
Yeah,
we thought
that's-
you were talking
yeah.
about the Division when you said
Yeah,
yeah.
that's all stuff
I don't know if they're catching up, but Ubisoft's always been
been solid.
solid.
I
Yeah,
think so.
I mean,
They're doing enough to buy back shares so that company
Sure.
doesn't take them over.
yeah, I think they. I mean, like I
fault.
said, I think games like Siege,
My fault. Knowledge.
It's okay, man.
Ghost Recon Wildlands, of course, later this year they got Skull and Bones, For Honor. Like these games, like
Yeah, For
they're not
Honor's
nec-
not going anywhere. Like people are still all up in it.
But
yeah, they're like not necessarily the greatest like stories or whatever you'll ever see in a video game, but they
like Call of Duty.
they keep players playing. Yeah,
Well, no, it's just like it seems like all these games have rocky starts,
sure.
but people don't.
Except for Recon. Recon came out.
But people don't lose interest in them like you would
No.
think they would.
No, because they are like delivering a specific mechanic that there's a bunch of people that love, and there's nothing like you can't play something else like For Honor online against people outside of at least on console. Like on PC, sure, there's a couple of other alternatives, but
Yeah.
there is nothing like For Honor. So if you want that kind of combat, you're going to keep playing endlessly. And the same with Rainbow Six Siege. There's not really another game on consoles like Siege where you're two teams and one person is the robbers, the other is the police trying to break into the house, and you have to set up traps and all that. I don't know of another game on consoles that does that. So everyone just keeps playing it and paying them tons of money. It's a nice thing.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
It's like,
You know what's also powerful? Bethesda's E3 and DLC. I don't know if the DLC is powerful. Bethesda will be hosting another E3 presser this year. They've confirmed a date of Sunday, June 10th. Hey, it's the day after my birthday. At 6:30.
birthday! What?
At 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. So 9:30 for us. There was a Papercraft pop-up with a cityscape theme featuring the many characters of the Bethesda roster. Little else is known regarding what to expect. However, we do know Bethesda is teasing new Prey DLC. A gift was posted on the official Prey Twitter account hinting at what could potentially be new content for the game.
Darius, if you listen to this show enough, you know that I will talk about Nintendo
And Bethesda.
and Bethesda
Yeah.
and Dishonored and Doom. But Prey was like one of my favorite
It
games.
was one of his hidden gems. Yeah,
one of my hidden gems.
Probably was pretty good.
Meh.
it was terrible.
Meh.
You didn't
I
like it?
didn't play it. I can't say anything else.
I've played better.
But I'm hoping with this DLC, if it is true, and I'm hoping
Sure.
it's true, that it's
I don't
more.
know why it wouldn't be.
I'm hoping it's an expansion like Dishonored's Death
sure
of
it
the
will be.
Outsider.
Like almost like a standalone ish.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's a standalone.
Lost Legacy like.
It's like Death of the Outsider.
Okay.
I would be willing
So
to
kind of
bet-
like
I bet you. I'll say you get your Prey DLC. I'm sure we'll get some sort of Quake news.
Yeah,
right?
definitely Quake News.
Isn't that the same development firm that created Fable, right?
No,
No, that's,
Lion's Head. They no longer exist.
But they're rumored to be working on a new Fable game.
yeah, that's Dudes who did for Forza Horizon are supposedly working on a new one.
Okay. Using the two.
But I'm trying to think here. So there's those two. There has been rumors, of course, that either Bethesda might unveil a new space game, which everyone says is possibly what Todd Howard is now working on. Or if they're
people are
not
gonna
doing
be
that,
ticked.
on the other hand, the other thing that may happen, and it does add up with the timeline in terms of we have not gotten a game from his studio, and since 2014, usually it's about every 3 years, would be a new Elder Scrolls game because it's about time. It's 2011 was when Skyrim came out.
Yeah.
And I will gladly go explore those hills.
I'm still playing.
and
Skyrim.
don't forget ESO is still doing really good. For
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
People
Elder
still
Scrolls
play it.
Online. I don't know what else.
Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will put some. I don't think maybe they tease up Doom. It's about time for them to
I
do
don't
Doom
know.
2.
Maybe.
John's in.
I'm totally into. Oh, man,
Can't.
dude.
I'm amazed that you
Why?
love it. I don't know. Because you got perfect creases and you came in here with your hair all nice and you're like, Doom is the best game ever. I was like, what? Like heavy metal
I
music?
can't
and-
imagine.
Why haven't you played Doom?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Do you think it's It's probably still early for Wolfenstein DLC too, right?
Well, they've already. They're cranking that stuff out already.
Sure, but I would
It's,
think
what
maybe
is
like next
BJ
year.
Blazkowicz?
Yeah, I forget the name. They've got I bought the.
I guess like more. I'm
Season
thinking
pass.
of like the Old Blood type DLC.
Oh, that type.
Yeah.
They probably won't. I can't.
Don't
I
you say
think
that?
I wish they would, but I don't see where
It's
they
only
would go with it.
$39 now. I should buy it and play
You
it.
really should.
Wolfenstein?
Great
Yeah.
game.
You play the first one, right?
No.
Oh, you don't need to.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what he told me.
Yeah, just play it.
Shut
I
up,
trust
Chris.
him.
He's not going to go back. You're talking about the guy. The only thing he'll go back to is whenever Josh says, "Come play WoW with me," because he's
I
susceptible.
can't
to,
log
to
in
Josh's.
fast enough when he does it, dude.
And then he'll do that for 3 weeks, and then he'll go back. I'm a Fortnite player though too, and he'll go do that for 5 seconds.
Josh sounds like Kermit.
Yeah.
No, that's Sean's inner
That's
voice.
me
Sean
going,
sounds like
"Oh,
Kermit.
See, exactly accurate.
Die, Chris.
New
Darius is bored.
He's just reading. He's like,
catching
what
up.
are they talking about? New Overwatch character. Overwatch's newest hero, Bridget, is now available for play. Bridget's strengths lie in armor and defense as a support character, including her ability to throw repair packs and use her flail, a melee weapon.
Flail.
Flail?
Flail?
Allowing her to hit a number of enemies with one swing. She kind of like, when I was looking at her, I think she's like Torbjorn's daughter. So he's the guy who makes the turrets.
Yeah.
But she's kind of got.
The turrets.
But she's.
Torbjorn make the turrets.
Remember? Okay, so.
I heard turds. I'm sorry.
Did you watch the Reinhardt video?
Yeah.
See? There it goes. Look how low the levels went.
Yeah. Get on my level, yo.
I'm trying.
Unplug it, plug it back
I
in.
know.
Let's
Penny,
do this.
I know. Penny just walked under the
This
table.
top notch on air. This is just amazing.
The things, if they just knew what my day had been like
I
today.
wonder if your mic's going out.
Sorry, Darius.
I hope
BK runs
not.
a
That
tighter
would
ship.
suck.
Did you spill something on it or anything?
Nah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Torbjorn.
But anyways, yeah, like
Does she have a video? I was going to ask you.
she kind of does. It's not like a full CGI one. It's just more of like a animated.
I wonder if they'll give one.
Kind of like a
Those are
go
great.
animate video.
That's funny.
Yeah,
This
right.
is really in the weeds.
This
But-
is in the weeds. People play Overwatch, dude. There's an esports league and everything.
I don't play Overwatch.
So now it's in the
Oh,
weeds because
yeah.
you don't play it.
It just means
it's not
nobody
in your world.
cares.
They do care, John.
I'm what the internet calls a trendsetter.
No, you're not.
No.
You
believe
he
that?
sets trends of what not to buy. Hence, Prey.
Oh God.
I'm dying inside.
By
That's
yourself
funny.
there.
I walked into that one. I did walk into that one.
But it's kind of like, I believe, like if you watch the Reinhardt video, right? It hints that like there's a younger girl with her, and she's like saying, "You don't have to go fight. You don't have to go do these things." She's saying to him like, "You don't have to go fight and do these things," and that's who I believe that is. It's his daughter, and basically she is now his protege.
Don't
No,
ever
so
look at
that's
me
why-
ever again.
That's why she's got the big hammer, she's got the armor, she's got all the other stuff that he has, and why she's a tank instead of a support class. I do my research.
You probably need to replug your mic in again.
Yeah, no.
I just-
look. It's fine.
When was the last time you played Overwatch?
He's going to lie right now. Ready? Here goes.
A couple months.
Here's when he lies. That's great. Hopefully, yeah. That's top notch.
Check. Yeah. I don't know what it is. It's got to be the wire then.
Yeah.
It's the wire.
I think you've ruined the board.
I'm about to take this wire back after the show and get a better one.
wires back.
Guess we're
Darius,
going-
do you dabble in Overwatch?
Not really.
Ah,
I couldn't get into
that's
it.
a good game.
It is a fun game.
Maybe I didn't give it a chance.
It sucks.
It sucks.
I played it for like never. It sucks. Don't waste your
I
time.
played the beta when it came out.
No.
And I really couldn't get into it.
Illinois.
Illinois.
Illinois. It's noise.
That's a silent
Who are
one.
you,
That's a good-
John Hughes?
No, I'm Sue Fawn.
No, he
Stevens.
says that, John Hugh.
That was good.
Illinois has banned a
This is-
teen
this is
from
crazy.
playing games.
Yeah.
A 16-year-old boy was arrested after an apparent joke about carrying out a school shooting. He has been banned from playing violent video games. Game Industry Biz reported that the teenager posted a video of himself playing a violent video game on Snapchat with the caption, "Y'all need to shut up about the school shootings or I'll do one." The teen's defense argued that while in poor taste, his video was just a joke. The prosecution rebutted this position, saying that in light of recent Florida school shootings, it was inappropriate. The judge apparently told the kid, "You can play all the Mario Kart you want."
This is just one of those crazy stories.
It's a reminder that when you're a kid, your rights as far as in the court of law compared to an adult are very different, and they have a lot more power of what they can say.
I just wonder how long this ban is supposed to be. I got to be honest.
You didn't see anything as far as length or anything?
No, I didn't see anything.
How is that even regulated, though?
I don't, and that's an interesting point because I have mixed feelings about it. I mean, the guy says, in light of recent Florida school shooting, as if to say,
Sure.
if it wasn't in light of the school shooting, we wouldn't do anything. But you know, I agree with the kid being punished to some degree, but I mean, how much vile garbage gets spewed online all the time?
Well, it's
different.
different.
People don't bat an eye.
Well, it's different because it's the online banter, like within
Yeah.
the console, within the game or whatever.
Yeah.
This was actually put to social media. Somebody saw it. People are on a heightened alert about all this kind of stuff. It's a sensitive time.
Yeah.
The stupid kid for sure.
I lean definitely that it's in poor taste, and like it's crazy. Like you said, how does this fall within like a jurisdiction to where you could have
Judges, I mean, if you think about it, judges do it all the time. Like, for instance, like DUI people, they put stipulations that say, like, look, you have to do these things. You broke the law. And like,
no, I guess what I'm saying is, how did he break the law by putting something on Snapchat?
because he made a threat.
That's what they're
That's
looking
what they're going
at
to say.
as
This is a
threat.
viable.
I got you.
This is a viable.
That's where my
threat.
brain didn't go with it, but okay, now I see it.
But yeah, so they can use that. And if you're a judge, like I said, when you're a teenager, it's a lot easier for judges to impose restrictions as far as what you are or not allowed to do. Now, of course, as far as this is concerned, the kid can buy violent games. You'd have to have a way to prove that he bought and is playing violent games. So,
I mean, you could just see somebody's profile online.
Sure, but he could just play
Does this
offline.
probation officer come and log in with him?
Yeah. I
on
mean,
his
so
Xbox console and say, "Hey,
I
What
can't.
if they're saying you can only play on this IP address?
that would do it. I mean,
then-
especially if they monitor it.
Yeah.
And then are they talking about strictly M-rated games?
Sure.
Because how do you define violence in a game?
That's true.
You know.
I mean, those are all questions. I'm sure they're somewhere in a legal brief.
Some people would
but-
argue that football is violent. Can he not play Madden?
Some people
Correct.
would argue that Mario Kart is sadistic.
that is the most violent, cruel game of all time.
I know
that's
F1
shell
to
on
just-
shell violence." Darn it.
If you know what it feels like to get quote carded,
Yes.
you know
When
where I'm
you
coming
are
from.
5 feet from the finish, and then not one, not two, but three.
Every version
shells
of a shell hits you
just
at one
hit you.
time.
Yeah. And now you've gone from first to ninth.
I mean, if this story and on top of this kid, if this is a step that keeps a kid from
Indeed.
being
Sure.
a douche online,
I mean, it's not even the worst. Like when you think about like where he is, like it's not like he doxed someone, which would be, there was a kid who just recently did that stuff who just got,
What does that mean?
that means like where you put out their, you basically like you get their address, right? And then you use that and call in like a SWAT attack or something.
That's called swatting.
Yeah, like the,
Oh,
like
yeah.
kind of that
I
kind
don't
of
know
stuff.
what the heck you just said
And
about dotting.
There,
it's called doxing.
yeah, that's like the type of web attack.
Doxing is simply dropping somebody's personal information
Correct.
online.
Swatting
Saying, this
is when
where he
you-
lives.
Swatting is
This
they actually report that this person's
Correct,
doing something.
correct.
So the
That's-
SWAT team
yeah.
comes into your house.
Yes.
And a
I
lot
think,
of times
yeah.
they do it on Twitter. Not Twitter, on
Snapchat,
Twitch.
on Twitch, on
Any-
I mean, they do
anything
it.
live, like a YouTube live, a Twitch live.
4chan.
And all of a sudden they'll be like, hold up, somebody's at my door. The camera's still on, and the SWAT team comes in.
Didn't somebody?
Yeah.
I think somebody got killed a couple months
Yeah,
ago.
that's
not-
basically what
that's
happened.
crazy.
A kid did that to someone.
Not a kid. He was
No, it was like a 16 or 17-year-old kid, and he did it. And he said, "Oh yeah, he's got guns. He's making all these threats." So when the police showed up, the guy answered the door. He has hands in his pocket. They're screaming at him. He doesn't take it out. They open fire
and he has
killed
no
him.
idea what's going on.
And yeah, so like it was because he got upset at him in video game. They convicted him of I don't know if they gave him second-degree murder, but
It's
I know
definitely manslaughter.
Yeah, they gave him manslaughter. So I mean, like this kid goes from there to next 15, 20 years he's going to be in prison. So if this is the worst you get, is you can't play games for I don't know, probably like 6 months or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad for you.
I mean, every 16-year-old's stupid.
Sure.
I mean, except me, I was a joy to be
There's
around.
like this one kid who's 14 at Harvard, and he's like, "Oh, really?" ESA update on meeting with Trump after claims from the Trump White House that it was meeting with members of the video game industry next week to discuss violence in video games. The Entertainment Software Association indicated, quote, ESA and our member companies have not received an invitation to meet with President Trump. ESA further stated that, quote, the same video games played in the U.S. are played worldwide. However, the level of gun violence is exponentially higher in the U.S. than our countries. Numerous authorities have examined the scientific record and found there is no link between media content and real-life violence.
We've had this conversation already with Columbine and so many other tragedies.
It comes up.
Yeah,
It's
we
a good
talked about
pivot
it.
point.
We talked about it a week or two ago, and we were like, yeah, it's like most of us have the awareness to say this is real life and this is game life.
Exactly.
But there's those.
You almost John.
I think
I did almost John the entire console.
I think there is some credibility possibility that someone with mental illness,
Right.
you're looking for a trigger,
Sure.
and that trigger could be anything.
Like, what is the
and if Call of Duty is that trigger,
Can guns be that trigger, though?
I don't know. My little brother, I would tell you
That
this.
was a dad joke.
I mean, I'm just saying, well, I mean,
go
not so much
now.
a joke.
If
But,
my-
But yeah, I mean, valid point.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
to me, like, when I look at the video of the guy recently, unfortunately, did that terrible act, there's no video of him holding video game controllers. There's video of him, like, holding a gun and shooting it at things in his backyard. So
Right.
I would say the more alarming of behavior is probably how much he had an intention of using guns and stating to people he wanted to do harm.
but
to
the
it
gun's
is,
not the
but-
trigger. The gun's the mechanism.
Sure.
I'm talking about something because I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I agree.
Yeah. It's like falling down.
For
right?
the average human being, there is no link between video game violence,
Sure.
movie violence, book violence, any entertainment medium that causes outward expression of violence.
Sure.
There's just nothing there. But I think there could be the caveat of someone with mental illness being triggered.
In that case,
Not that it was valid, but if you remember back to Columbine, they were blaming the Matrix.
Yeah. They were blaming
the
video
trench
games, too.
coats.
Because they
the-
came in with a trench coat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson and
Right, yeah.
Eminem and whoever the heck they could blame at the time.
Yeah, I like how Marilyn Manson spoke out about that. I remember that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
He was very passionate to be like, those guys don't speak for what I care about. You
Right.
know?
So
It's just now I'm like imagining someone like their trigger is cake, and everyone like their mom's like just trying to keep them away from a bakery out of fear.
oh no,
Yeah, that's the trigger.
So, but to the point is ESA saying that only through us can you go through our video game leaders? And I mean, not to say that Trump's not a liar or he embellishes, but I mean, this doesn't necessarily mean that there's no talks because he could be speaking directly to the president of EA or the
I think
vice president of Activision.
I kind of would say
Maybe he sent
I'll
an
say this.
email.
if he was going to talk to
Probably a
any
tweet.
person that wasn't,
Probably a tweet.
I would think if he was going to talk
DM'd
to any company that isn't the ESA, it would be Microsoft just because they're a U.S. company that makes video games, right?
Right.
So that makes sense.
Wait,
and
Microsoft makes video games?
did you not know this? They have a game coming out this month. So like you haven't heard anything from there. I would expect though ESA is kind of the official board of policing video games, and like I know we don't have it on the news, but like there was the news as far as ESRB doing the whole entire thing about loot boxes here, and like how they put that classification in now. For in-game purchases, that's because of things that have been going on in the industry for the last 5-6 months, right? We've talked
Right.
about extensively here, and that was a reason they literally wrote to respond to that senator we've been talking about. So I would expect them to be the same voice here that talks to the president.
I imagine Trump is like, I can kind of identify with Trump in this situation where it's like, your boss asked you if you did something, and you say, yeah, you did it. Then you leave her office and go do it.
Yeah, I mean, I just
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I call it for what it is. It's pivot.
Are you calling a spade a spade?
I mean, it's like I saw the exact same type of thing last night by someone who said everyone wants to talk about guns and how harmful they are, but they're not talking about the dangers of childhood obesity and the dangers sugar is having to your child. I'm just like,
that's a deflectant.
what's that got to do with this issue?
It's a meme.
Yeah,
I saw
I
the
know.
same thing.
I
It's
know.
just-
It's like as soon as I saw it, it's just like, why? Those two things are different problems. We can address both.
Yeah.
Let's just do that.
They can
I
both
s-
be handled.
Yes.
Exactly.
I wonder if we know the same person who. Okay, I think I saw
I'm
that last
glad
night.
Penny fit
I don't know,
through
you have
that,
seen me
that opening
reply
right
because I
there.
replied. So
I was like, did you really reply? Like,
Yeah.
why?
Because I like that. Like, I agree with that issue. Like, I find that issue important, but I'm kind of was like, we tried to talk about that issue. You remember? Everyone cried.
He's a do-gooder.
I am. I'm a Danny do-gooder.
He really is.
Switch playtime resets. It looks like some owners are discovering that their Switch playtime records have reset.
John's
In other
got his hand
words,
up.
it looks like the Switch resets your playtime records after 1 year of use. A Nintendo rep has stated some Nintendo Switch owners' play activity information is displaying incorrectly. We are aware of the issue, and we expect to have more information to share in the near future.
Yeah, I think this has happened to me, but it's only happened with Breath of the Wild.
Huh.
And it says, and now just to make sure so the audience understands, this is not erasing your game. It erases, and because I checked, I wasn't quite sure. It just erases when you've played, how often you've played. It doesn't record that. So apparently after 1 year, it just resets.
I wonder why it does that.
Mine in green on Breath of the Wild, it says this was played once.
76 hours.
A week ago or something like that, which I don't know who played it. It wasn't me.
I gotta feel that there's some guy who's not very high up who's just like a level coder, and that's his job was to write the code for this.
When he saw this, he went,
And he's like, I apparently put a 1 where there should have been a 0.
No.
And now he doesn't have a job. And he's going to be at Sony next week.
Nice.
Release date for Detroit Becomes Human. Detroit Becomes Human has received its release date, and it is May 25th. David Cage made the announcement on the PlayStation blog, calling it Quantic Dream's most ambitious title to date. Detroit Becomes Human follows the story of 3 androids during an uprising/revolution. The game is an action-accented adventure game with multiple choices and consequences depending on the player's decision. Shut up, John.
This is right before E3. I didn't think it was coming out this soon.
No, I'm surprised you did not mention that it has some of the most horrible cover game art that's been around recently.
I looked at it. I didn't see what the big deal was.
It's just like, meh.
I've seen worse.
I'm like, there are a lot more things you could put on there to sell this game than just this dude's face, and like he's got one little circle right here
to denote he's an android. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, that's the android circle.
Denote.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, David Cage has warned that
David Cage.
There's going to be subject matter in this
Round.
game that might make people uncomfortable.
Ooh. As
whatever that might be, I don't know, but
killing families as androids.
I don't know. I think he mentioned scenes of sexual assault, things like that.
Oh wow.
He just wants people to just.
He's warning
us. That's
he's
his
warning us, dude.
The 16-year-old kid, he ain't playing this game.
Trust me. After playing Heavy Rain, I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
The man does not hold back.
Yeah.
He does not care. And finally, this week. Sorry.
Darius is like, what the H is going?
I'm alert now.
David Jaffe's.
Somebody get Darius a towel.
Jesus. I don't need it. You do.
David Jaffe Studios shut down.
Oh, no.
That makes me sad.
Jaffe Studio, the Bartlett Jones Supernatural Detective Agency.
There's your problem.
Right? Shut down in the wake of a canceled project. According to Jaffe, quote, we had a cool game going with the publisher, and as that game is no longer happening, and since all of our funding came from publishers, we just couldn't keep the place going. It was a fantastic ride, however. I so loved our team and loved working with that crew, and remain crazy proud of what we created at with Drawn to Death. Excited to see where we all land after what has been one of the very best working experiences of my career thus far. Here's hoping all those folks land on their feet. John wrote that. I don't care about them.
Oh,
No,
you
I'm
should.
kidding.
I gotta say, I love David Jaffe. I think
He is one kind.
He is one of a kind.
He's like a Peter Molyneux.
Colin Moriarty of
Last Stand. Colin's
Last Stand, formerly of IGN, and also what
Kind of funny.
I don't listen to him anymore, but kind of funny.
You should.
Yeah. Long story. But he mentioned back in the day when Drawn to Death first came out, it started as free to play. And I think Colin, I might have this backwards, but Colin was talking about how he needed to charge for this game right out of the gate. that he was making a mistake. And David Jaffe actually, to some degree, acknowledged that issue. But that's just too bad. It was an interesting game, unique idea, but I don't think it panned out critically. And it just got nobody. I don't think anybody touched that thing with a 10-foot pole, maybe a 9-foot pole.
David Jaffe's from a different era, and it kind of shows. I mean, name the last time he had a hit. God of War 2, which was 2005.
Okay, but I don't know what you meant by era.
I think like he doesn't make. He is.
What are you trying to say, Chris?
He's interested in making games that he wants to make, and that's cool.
How dare he make games?
But sometimes things pass on, and
I thought you were talking about
the
game industry no longer has any room for offensive games.
No, it definitely has that.
Okay.
But times change, and sometimes developers don't adopt well, is the way I would say it. And maybe it's just the way he works with people too. I have no idea. Time will tell.
Maybe he's just not a good business owner. Maybe that's the thing.
That could also be it. Are we ready to wrap this up?
Never.
See, that's usually how we do these things, Darius, but we totally left you stranded that one time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. First up.
He's like, what just happened again?
I never get the memo. Or you guys never get the memo.
Okay.
Oh,
Darius, I might need you to scoot over for this.
Are you going to read this?
Slide.
I am. There we go. Yeah, there you go. Okay. First up. On the emails.
You're going to read this, aren't you?
I've tried to edit these downs before, but old Captain, fan.
It's not fair.
Yeah.
If they take the time to read it, we should.
Yeah, fan club guy here.
It's for the fans, Chris. It always is for the fans.
I'm with the corporation. I'm taking their money, and I'm going to buy me a bar.
Fired.
Sorry.
Vince McMahon.
Yeah, I'm so embarrassed.
He kind of. If you want to write your thoughts in, like Daryl did here, you can write them to weeklygameschat@gmail.com. That's weeklygameschat@gmail.com. Daryl says, "Hi, Chris, Sean, and John. Did I spell those right? You did.
They were all 100% right.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
You get a car. What?
You get a car.
So I was getting on a Vinci flight, whatever that word is.
I think it's Avianca.
Okay, let's go with it. In South America last week, that's a real airline. And imagine my surprise to discover the background music on the plane is the mellow track you guys use for the welcome and host introduction on the podcast.
What?
I swear I actually thought the podcast had started playing on my phone and was reaching in my pocket to turn it off before I realized what was happening.
What the deuce?
How about telling us the name of the track so we enthusiasts out there can get that weekly games chat feeling in between episodes? It is a person who does free work that you can find on YouTube. I was looking for it earlier. I used to have the name for it on my old computer. I don't know where it is on this computer. I will promise you this, Daryl. I will look for it this week.
And when you find it, I'm going to put you on the spot now to let me know so I can post it to our social media.
I'll send it to Sean and he'll put it out on the Twitters.
Yeah.
But we will get that out there. But yes, it is a very relaxing track. I love that track, like the full thing, if you actually listen to it. But if you got actual time for an actual gaming question, here we go. While multiplayer gaming with friends has held up as the gold standard of fun times, it is completely understood for a long time that a large portion of the players in these shared worlds were actually playing solo. I have friends that have discussed gaming with, but due to schedules, I almost
you
never
didn't say that right.
I have friends that I discuss gaming with, but due to schedules.
Nope, you didn't say it right again.
Schedules?
You're getting close.
Schedules?
There we go.
Busting is Richard.
I have friends that I discuss gaming with, but due to schedules.
There we go.
I almost never play with real friends in a regular way that supports challenging cooperative content, such as raids. I played and completed all the PvE content in Destiny 1 regularly through LFG, that's looking for group sites, especially with all the hard mode raids. The system And the incentives in Destiny 2 have resulted in me joining a clan and playing with consistent groups of people, which is definitely an even more enjoyable way to play. My question to you, from your broad experiences with gaming, which games have had the best systems to create persistent interactions between the same groups of player without simply relying on you to bring your own pre-existing friends into the party? Keep up the great work. Game on, Daryl.
Well, obviously this question's for me, so I'll take a crack at it.
What's the defining one, John? Is it Switch chat? Is that what it is?
I got nothing.
Switch chat, Discord. No, to me, the ones that were just always there were the open party lobbies.
Yeah, on console.
On console, yeah, and then you would find friends that you would eventually be able to, create your own parties with later. But it seems like a lot of games they don't do that anymore. They've kind of done away with that. Now, like the Call of Duties of the world still have open parties, but
yeah, no one does it.
No one does it anymore. So
except for annoying kids.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a dying thing now, right?
I don't think
yeah. So. Now the big thing.
You don't think so?
I do it all the time.
Yeah, there is on Xbox. There is.
I have no friends.
There's one nice thing on with Xbox now. There's one nice thing, and I think it's coming to PS4 if it's not already out there. Thing is coming, which is Xbox has a looking for group finder where you can start up a game, go into your chat, and basically say, look for a group for this game to do these things, and it will put you in a random group of people. So there is that. As far as historically, though, the best game by far on its own level, it's been going strong for over a decade now, would be World of Warcraft, because there are so many ways to get you start to socialize with people through text and such the moment you do, someone will share a Discord or a what was the other thing we used to do back in the day? I can't remember what it's called. Vent. There you go. Now John johned it.
It's a can. It's an empty can.
But it's still you're known as johnning things when you knock them over on the console.
It happened a year and a half ago.
It happened multiple times a year and a half ago.
We can't trust you. But I would say like that game, Josh is the perfect example. Josh can go in there and I won't play forever.
Josh guy,
he's legit, dude.
I won't play with him forever. And that time he'll have moved between 3 different groups because people will get hype and then they'll drop off. So he'll just move to a different person and meet them and get hype with them and have fun.
In this recent re-adventure with Josh, we have a new Discord with new people.
I know, Zach. I got removed from the old Discord. I was like, apparently Josh is in that group anymore.
You're absolutely right, though, man. People, you think that you would, at this point, think like a World of Warcraft would have really crappy people. They exist, but for the most part, people want to help you and they're good people. Yeah.
Next up, Golden writes in and says, hey guys, Golden here. Say hey guys.
Hey Golden.
Hey Golden.
Ever since Destiny 1, I've been looking for a looter shooter game to get hooked on and play with my Xbox friends. I was just wondering if you guys are hyped for Anthem as I am. However, I do have my worries since it's an EA game, sadly.
Good point.
Yes. and just to keep up the music here. Okay. P.S. Your intro outro music is amazing.
They're amazing me that in a couple of weeks in a row, several people have sent emails kind of about the same type things.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Love you guys.
Maybe someone just has like 15 emails.
Long time, first time.
I'm hyped. I'm hyped for Anthem, but not because it's EA or anything like that. It's a looter shooter. I'm hyped because it's BioWare and it's like main BioWare.
It looks amazing. They've just put they just put the tip in so far.
Jeez.
Just tip.
And I want more.
Tip of what?
You know what I mean, John.
Yeah.
Richard.
You know what I mean. The Richard tip. It's barely in. But I want
It's
more.
not flaccid. It's hard.
But thanks for the email, Golden.
For sure. Next up, AA Ron.
What's up, AA Ron?
Hey, wrong.
Hey guys, AA Ron here. I recently went back and listened to the 100th episode and was thinking about how much my top 5 has changed. So I know it's irrelevant. John did say he would always like to hear these.
I did say that.
But I will say now it's, quote, number 5, Skyrim. Number 4, Monster Hunter World.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Number 3, Super Smash Bros. So ready for a Switch version.
Tell me about
Number 2, Breath of the Wild. And number 1, Ocarina of Time. That's not a bad top 5.
That's pretty solid.
Legit.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Aiden got me to play Smash Brothers Wii U.
Yeah.
Huh?
Did he work you?
Well, yeah. So
Sucks.
we're playing on a 55-inch TV, and I'm going. I can't see my character because
the way it zooms out.
It's so annoying. Maybe I just have to get used to it.
You're just old.
Yeah, it's just that you're 50.
Huh?
Next up, Eli.
Hello,
Writes
Eli.
in and says, "Dear Chris, Sean and John." He butchered Sean and John.
Well, and Sean, he put Sean, Sean, etc. And John, he put John and John.
John, he got the backup. Okay, so Eli, if you're writing again, the second John is the correct John. You were failing at Sean.
Yeah.
And we're just going to let you figure that out by your two.
Up, Eli.
He is not Shawn Michaels, and he is not...
Sean Layden. No,
yeah.
Sean Layden still Sean.
What's the one from freaking New Orleans, Saints?
Peyton.
Sean Payton, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
not Sean Payton.
Yeah.
Is he Sean White?
He is Sean.
I don't think
So
it's
get it right.
not Sean White.
Is that right? Yeah, it is Sean White.
Sean White is right.
Yeah, Sean White is right.
call.
For reference. Good
was
job,
Gold
Darius.
medal winner Sean White.
That's me.
Yeah.
Hey again. I was wondering what I should purchase. Well, here's the solution. Or situation. Sorry. The situation. I have quite a lot of money saved.
Yeah.
And some gift cards. And my friend is trying to convince me to buy a MHW. Not sure what-
Monster Hunter World, Chris.
There you go. But there are a lot of options for me.
Thanks for
I'm also interested in Horizon Zero Dawn,
As you should.
the Plants of the Apes PS4 game.
Nope.
I'm going to see how
Shut it down.
or something else entirely. Another question. My dad is a VR fanatic and has a computer he built that pushes the Vive to the max, and it looks like Jesus blessed his graphics. But he entered a sweepstakes,
He went into a
Sweepstakes.
sweepstakes and won the newest Alienware gaming laptop along with an Oculus. He said I
Jesus.
can use the laptop for gaming, but I'm not sure I want to get into the master race. Should I? Thanks, my dude. Dudes, I will say this, Eli.
First of all,
I am a champion of the master race in many ways because there is no economy that is more economical and will give you a wide variety of play styles consistently than the PC master race.
And you've given us a lot of topics over the past few weeks.
We're going to have one next week.
we are.
We are.
What a day.
one
I got
I-
something though.
What do you got next
What do you
week?
We're not going to talk about it right now, but I got something.
You got something?
We're about to go throw down in the parking lot.
Rock, paper, scissors.
I was asking this morning. I was asking
I was going to
Chris.
do Richard.
Thanks for talking to me about it. This is me being funny.
Yeah.
Keep
I was asking
it's
Chris,
fine.
have we left Kirby off the list? And he goes,
Kirby.
smart?
No, the new Kirby game. Exactly. That's exactly what I got.
Oh, okay.
But that's that
16th.
game's 16th. And we're also supposed to talk about the Tomb Raider movie.
yeah, we did talk about that.
Um,
but that's something that
I can't wait to see her.
We can definitely do some Kirby though.
It. You can't wait to see it.
Yeah, the movie.
As in the movie.
The movie. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Darius, you want to come see that with us?
definitely go play.
Just so I can say bless it the entire time.
Bless it.
Dude, if you got an Alienware gaming laptop, you don't have a excuse.
Well, that and also he started off by saying he's got a lot of money saved up and gift cards. You mentioned a couple games. Why not get a bunch of games and then still rock the laptop?
And get like $100 Steam card, and you'll be good for
Or that
5
yeah.
months.
Dude, Steam is amazing. It
Or
has
shoot,
everything
do
you
what
ever
I've
need.
been doing. Sign
No,
up for
that's illegal.
like
Oh.
sign up for Humble Bundle.
That's illegal.
Here's my advice: if you do not have a
Humble
PC,
bundle.
if you do not have a PC library, for $12 a month, you can sign up for Humble Bundle, and they give you about $200 worth of games. And I mean, like last month, or I guess now for this month for March, it was like they gave me Dark Side,
It's fine. Don't
Dark,
worry about it.
What's it called?
Souls?
Thank you, Dark Souls 3 with the DLC expansion. So
On PC?
yes, and the month
Humble
before
bundle.
the month or last
Age of
month, I
Empires.
got Civilization 6
Or
with the
Civ, yeah.
DLC. So
Are all the games pretty solid like that?
yeah, I
That
mean they
subscription?
usually get like I got Tacoma now on there. I've got an Owlboy on there. You know, they usually have one or two really big titles, and then they have a bunch of smatterings of like
What?
indie games that maybe you don't know that
Smatterings.
are smatterings
Smatterings.
of games that might be at least worth trying out, and then a bunch of others that you're like.
Semantics.
Maybe you've been seeing on Steam, but you didn't want to spend $20 for. So
Right,
you get them all
right.
for $12. It's a great deal.
It's a good smattering.
Yes, it's top notch smattering. Tap notch.
No.
Smatter.
I remember my first time with the phone.
Exactly. I don't know what just happened.
I remember my first time smattering
It's
I
serious.
kind of do too.
everywhere. It was everywhere.
So finally, this week we got an email from Daniel,
Oh god.
and he says, "What up?"
What's up, Danny?
He says, "It's me, Daniel.
What's up, Daniel?
I just ordered the parts for my computer yesterday, which is Saturday because I'm writing this email on Sunday. I finally prestige in Call of Duty World War II. I was almost going to read that as Call of Duty Wii. I was like,
Congrats on the
really excited.
congrats on the prestige.
right? I did upgrade to the GTX 1070 Ti. Oh, dang, that's a lot of money.
That's a beast, but he
Yeah.
bumped down to
He bumped down to a 6th gen Core i7.
still good.
Since we ordered them online in the Best Buy store, and it should all come in by the 14th. Nice. So I can finally annoy people with the Uganda Knuckles meme on the VR chat. That's pretty funny. I really need to get VR chat. I've been meaning to get that. And even though I have PUBG on Xbox, is it worth getting on PC? Yes. Right? We all agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Well,
can't
by
I
yeah.
can't speak for the PC, but
The definitive version of that game is on PC as well.
For
I
sure.
would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a Xbox One X or like a Slim like I've got?
a Slim.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay.
And I've heard that the X runs it better, but it's still nowhere like the PC. Which is
Yeah. I guess if I bought it on there one day, I could tell you.
I thought you owned it on PC.
No, I meant on Xbox.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I haven't bought it.
I got mine free.
Yeah. And he didn't give it to me.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Nice.
I only play with
I should have
my
given
own
it to
party,
you.
so
I should have done that.
I
I just play with Darius.
I don't know your guys' opinions on Ready Player One because I found articles saying that it sucks. So will the movie. Wow. I can't say anything about the movie yet since it hasn't come out. But if anyone thinks the books suck, keep it to yourself because then I can start getting really triggered. Game on. Hey, I love that book, Daniel. That book is amazing. I'm really rooting that movie ends up being something solid.
Trailer's
It's-
dope.
Yeah, the
Looks
latest
really
ones they've
good.
been doing.
Yeah.
Just with the remix of Come With Me from Willy Wonka. They're really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because of that, huh?
Just because then
I'm in.
like it has all these cool little references at the very end. It makes the Back to the Future noise. Like
I got
you.
It was more about just because of that though.
Yeah, like
Okay.
Great
well
Scott.
then it's Spielberg.
Yeah.
I mean Steven Spielberg, guys.
E.T.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw this movie. It's called
See.
1941. No one talks about it.
He's got a PS2, Chris. Did you already say that?
Where? Oh, PS. I've got no PS today. Just let it confuse you.
I thought you said he's got a PS2. I'm like, well, that's finally, about time.
Yeah, I know. He's a
You
little
got
late on that.
an awesome computer and you got a PlayStation 2. Congrats.
Hey, Sean.
Yes.
We got anything in the Twitter versus?
Yeah, we
AKA twitter.com/weekly games chat.
Yeah. I think I missed this one last week, but it's a great question. It says at Weekly Games Chat, this from Ian the Cheez-It. If you could pick one game to have a battle royale mode added, which would you pick? His choice? Metal Gear Solid 5.
Wow, that would be awesome. That's actually, man.
That's a good question, right?
Now that he said that, I don't know if I can disagree with him on that.
That's a great
Could
one.
you imagine having freaking like just someone's walking
Just snakes
and then
everywhere?
like all of a sudden you tie them to a parachute and they go flying off the map?
Silence pistols and espionage.
I'm just imagining 50 cardboard boxes going around the map. Or
everybody's rocking around with boxes.
Or when you get the mecha machine that you can ride on the back of.
Yeah.
Oh God, that would be so awesome. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna go ahead and say, yeah, that's my pick.
Nice.
Kojima.
Do you don't know about battle royale?
Why would I have any input on this?
I don't know.
Legend of Zelda.
That would be all right. It'd be tough with
I don't know
Zelda
how they would do it, but all right.
because guns.
100 links.
Now, a Halo battle royale would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Even though they already have multiplayer, but not a battle royale aspect of it.
I would be very surprised if the next Halo does not have a battle
People have
royale.
been talking about the fact that Splatoon needs it.
That would be pretty dope
Yeah.
too.
I think any FPS at this point is moving towards having one. I mean, there's already we already were talking about rumors that Call of Duty is pretty much testing one for the
They
fall.
probably should.
Yeah, they know what's the future.
We got
The
to follow.
future.
We got to follow from @LaughNYC, which is a New York-based comic, and he can be heard on SiriusXM.
All right.
So that's pretty
Oh,
dope.
nice.
Thank you for the
Thank
follow. A while ago, I'd asked people what kind of music was their favorite soundtracks. And if you remember last week, we got one. And I believe this is what at Dano, let me make sure I'm saying this right, at Dano Scordino P is saying. He replied, music soundtrack, I believe, for Donkey Kong Country 2.
Ooh.
Which that was a pretty cool little soundtrack, if I remember right. We got follows from at Dats Riley. Thank you for the follow, following you back. And at The Claw Voice, thank you, following you back. And there was one more I wanted to bring up. At Patrick_Dixon. I think last week when I was trying to tell Chris to read the things right, the numbers, and we were talking about we're all being D's.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is where this comes from, where he says, I agree, you all were being the D.
Right?
I think that's where that came from.
Okay.
At my name is Mud. Gave us a nice little tweet and says, at Weekly Games Chat, just listen to the 2018 games episode. Enough Roll Tide talk. I want to hear a hashtag Hell State. And there's a laugh thing behind that. What's the update with the car? Stolen? Y'all probably already covered it in this episode. We have not. Also, you can just call me Mud. Hence the name.
Mud.
Wink.
What up,
Seem
that
to
was
have
nominated for a lot of Oscars last
seem to
night.
have had trouble last week. Update on the car is it was not ever stolen, but a few days ago, the engine blew.
Oh, well, now you can steal it.
So now still away. And is there anything else
Was that the Ford?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
the Explorer.
the Explorer.
Ooh, what's she driving now then?
My Jeep. At Tyrannotortoise says, hey guys, so I was wondering before you started the podcast, did you always buy games day one, or would you wait till the price dropped after a few months, then pick it up?
Day one.
Keep up the good work, fellas. Hashtag game on.
Day one.
For us, it's day one. And even before the podcast, if I wanted the game, I wasn't a price drop person,
Except for Horizon Zero Dawn.
which I still haven't picked up. This may be the greatest name on Twitter. It's at 8675309.
Holy crap.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's dope. I like it. And I think that's it for me. Again, Chris will tell you where you can tweet at us, and if you're lucky, I'll read your tweet on air.
You can tweet at us at
Lucky me.
twitter.com/weeklygamechat or just simply at Weekly Games Chat. You can also find us at Facebook at the same handle, Weekly Games Chat. If you go there to any of those sites or you subscribe to this podcast, you'll get a new episode of the show every Wednesday, like this one with Darius.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Darius. Thank you for coming on the show.
Awesome.
Pleasure, man. This was fun.
How can we find you online?
Yeah. Where can we find you?
You mentioned it briefly, but let us know again.
You can find me personally on IG and Twitter as Trinity Cosplayer.
Yeah.
You can also
Ah,
find
solid name.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Makes sense.
Definitely does. You can also find me and my affiliates at Playaway Network
Indeed.
There you go.
and Playaway Podcast.
Very nice.
So,
There you
yeah.
go.
Great stuff.
BK, send that check. We appreciate you.
What up, BK?
My guys. Thanks for having me, guys.
Hey,
No, thanks for
the
coming.
pleasure.
Oh, yeah.
The pleasure was all on this side of the table.
And if
right
there's
here,
and if there's a game you're looking forward to that you don't think gets a lot of, I mean, we talked about there's certain games that we just don't touch.
Yeah,
It's
we
not on
don't
our
think
radar.
about it.
and we try to get people in who, because we know there's somebody out there who cares about these games.
Right.
you know what's funny? I saw Tim on Saturday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Was he playing Dragon Ball?
no, he
Still
was
playing
walking in.
Persona 5.
He was walking in the second Charles, and I was like, "What up, Tim?" And I had to go somewhere. So,
Is his mustache still rocking?
It is.
Nice.
It is still rocking.
Love Tim's mustache.
Yeah, that's going to do it for this week on Weekly Game Chat. If you like the show, subscribe to us on whatever podcast service you want.
What
to
episode
use.
is it, though?
It's 143.
Nice.
Getting up there.
Yeah, we're getting close to 150.
We're getting
which we're not
burned
going to
out.
do anything for.
We're going to do something for it.
I have no idea. Sean's going to apparently do
I
something.
got
for
some
it.
planning in the works.
I'm just gonna
Right.
read the show notes and talk about a game. If you like the show, subscribe to us on whatever podcast service you use, and you'll get a new episode, as I said before, every Wednesday. If you really like the show, then you should drop us a line, like a rating or a review.
Give us some love, yo.
Yeah, helps people find the show, and then they share it to friends, and then Darius comes on, and then they share it, and apparently
We're the
2 years
biggest
from now, we'll
podcast
have-
in the world.
Exactly. We've got 10 million people listening now. What?
We'll build that hype.
Right.
I promise
Well,
you.
just if we just keep telling lies, it'll eventually come true, right?
right.
Yeah.
That's how we see it.
That's how we do it. But until next time, I will simply say to you guys, game on, Sean.
Game on, Chris.
Game on, John.
Game on, Chris.
Game on. Oh,
Game on, John.
It was a
game
pleasure.
on, Darius.
Game on, Darius.
Game on, guys.
Oh,
It was a pleasure talking about Richards for you guys. That was pretty awesome.
your Richard was quite impressive.
Hey, no.
Whoa.
Hey, no.
I just want to look to give you the final rating.
Dear Lord,
Okay,
listening.
where you fall today. You were not a Yamcha. You were a Goku. So,
Oh.
there's your Ryan Leaf scale of what we're talking
I
about.
can leave here pretty
Yeah,
pleasantly
yeah.
pleased.
Yes, yes. Your mom's box.
Peace out, everybody.
Thug life.
Oh, you could say something if you
You
want.
can say like bye or something cool.
You got anything?
I was gonna say something hip, but I'm 31 now. So.
Say it hip. Do it. Do it. Do it. John says thug life. Do it.
John's John.
This is true. Good.
We
valid
told him
point.
one freaking Migos song. All right. On that note, peace out, everybody.
Peace.